I'm Nancy Grace. I want to thank you for being with us. Bombshell tonight. As we go to air, we learn cops seize Hailey's bedsheets at this hour, performing forensic tests to determine if a molestation and or a murder occurred there. Cops also investigating whether the live-in boyfriend, Sean Atkins, has access to sulfuric acid at his job. Could that acid destroy a child's body? A 13-year-old cheerleader.
I don't know where my daughter is.
Never seen again.
We have several people have been tested.
What do we know?
Let's look for polygraph. They told me he failed it. I lost it.
Do you know the whereabouts of Hailey Dunn? It showed deception was indicated in his answer.
It really doesn't bother me because, my main focus is just Hailey.
He said she could probably be found in Scurry County, directly, I believe, north a bit of Colorado City.
Sean getting the cell phone pings coming back to Colorado City that morning.
We're finding out from Billy Dunn that perhaps there was a text message, the phone that Hailey would use. She used her mother's phone. The text said, just, what are you doing, to the friend.
I want to know who she talked to on the phone. It's very important to me if she was on that phone.
We are taking your calls live. I want to go straight out to Rupa Michelini, standing there live in the field at Hailey's home. Rupa, what do you know?
Nancy, we know that tonight, as we speak, there are forensic tests being done on evidence that has been gathered both in the vehicles and the home. We also know that, for example, one of those tests is, in fact, Hailey's bed sheets from her bedroom. A test, for example, would be done on what types of body fluids or DNA that could be found, potentially even linking possible sexual molestation occurring in the home, maybe even, Nancy. Now, police are not saying that that is what's happened, but they are saying that these are the kinds of tests that are being conducted tonight as we speak.
Rupa Michelini, you also mentioned items being taken out of the car that are being tested right now. What items do you know?
Well, we know that there was debris found in the trunk of a car, which is being tested. We also know that, police have gone a little bit further in just speaking about the kinds of tests that they would be doing. Now, they are not saying that they have in fact found evidence, but one such theory that they've discussed, Nancy, is the possibility of acid maybe being used. In this community, in this area, this is an oil field area, and in fact, Sean Atkins worked for a pipeline company, so he's familiar with oil fields and knows people that would have access to particular types of acids, sulfuric acid, HCl, hydrochloric acid, and these types of acids can be known to be used in the disposal of a body, Nancy.
We are taking your calls live, but first to Jean Casares. Jean, what can you tell me about these developments?
You know something interesting? Billy Dunn said last night that there had been a call made on that Monday, December 27th, to Hailey's little friend about 2 in the afternoon. Well, now we have confirmation that a call was made from Billy Dunn's cell phone to this little girl. We still don't know who made it, but it corroborates what Billy Dunn said last night.
Well, wait a minute. Now, Jean, what about this mystery text they're saying? They're investigating a text that says it was in slang, what are you doing? And it's like WYD, what are you doing? Do we believe that Hailey actually sent that to Mary Beth, the little friend? Or are police wondering, could somebody else have sent that? And what time was that text?
They have to be wondering that, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And what are you doing? If you're going to go spend the night there, wouldn't you say, I'll see you soon, I'm almost there? And there was never a response from the little girlfriend.
Now, how do we know for sure that that call you were talking about was made, Jean Casares?
We know because it was on the cell phone. There were search warrants executed on that cell phone. Law enforcement have that phone, and they found it.
Also joining us tonight, Alexis Weed. Alexis, what more do you know?
Hailey Dunn is telling us that she saw herself that text, that she saw it before police seized her phone, which they still have. Her phone has not been returned. So she's saying that she saw it with her own eyes, that WRUD, what are you doing, to the friend.
Do you know, Alexis, what time of the day that text was sent?
Billy Dunn says it was just after 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
2 p.m. Now, let me get something straight. Rupa Michelini, what time does the live-in say he came home that day from his mother's?
He says he came home at about 3:15, and he was on his way into the house, and he says Hailey was on her way out saying, hey, I'm going to go see a friend and go over to my dad and spend a night at a friend's house.
And back to you, Alexis Weed, the pings off the boyfriend's cell phone. And everybody, I'm just asking questions about this live-in boyfriend. He's now moved out. Billy Dunn told him to leave. He has apparently cut off contact to her. I'm not saying he's the only person that should be looked at, but I've got a lot of questions about his behavior. Alexis Weed, I want to talk very quickly. Let me see the map, Liz, of the pings. Do the pings tell us where he was at 2 p.m. that day?
They tell us that between the hours of 9:38 in the morning and 2:40 in the afternoon that Sean Adkins was pinging around the Big Spring, Texas area. That's where his grandmother lives. But before that, Nancy, between the hours of 6:35 and 6:56 in the morning, that's when he was pinging around Colorado City, where Hailey's home is located.
So 2:40 p.m., I've still got him at his mother's house, right?
Right.
Now, question, back to you, Gene Casares. Let's talk about this 2 p.m. text from Hailey's phone. Where did it ping? Where did it ping?
Very interesting. Where did it ping from? We don't know.
Because, listen, you see where I'm going,
Yep,
Gene?
I do.
If the boyfriend had Hailey's phone and he was faking that text, this innocuous, generic text, what are you doing to a little friend of hers? He could have gotten that friend's name out of the phone directory if she had it. It was a disposable phone.
Not her
How do I
cell
know
phone.
he didn't send that? And if he did, where was he? If he was at his mom's till 2:40, did that cell ping, that text ping from where his mother lived? Because if it did, he's in a lot of trouble, Jane.
That's right. And otherwise, if it didn't, if it pinged from the home in Colorado City, then maybe little Hailey Dunn was alive at that point.
We are taking your calls out to Terry in Pennsylvania. Hi, Terry.
Hi, Nancy. It's always great to talk to you.
Likewise.
My question is, I know that the cell phone ping showed that Sean was pinging in Colorado City until almost 7 a.m. and then in Big Spring from about 9 something after. Where was he between 7 and 9 is my question. Does anyone know?
Excellent question. What do we know, Gene Casares?
I think that's been determined there. No phone calls made. I guess that's one thing that could be determined from that.
Out to Billy Dunn. This is Hailey's mother. Billy, thank you for being with us tonight. Did he tell you where he was between 7 and 9
No, I haven't
a.m.?
got a chance to ask him. No.
Still no sign of Hailey.
I think it's going to be a horrible outcome.
Have you guys reached the realization and the reality that something could have happened to Hailey?
Well, that's obviously an aspect that we have to look at, yes.